The thing that really got me going yesterday afternoon was the news proudly proclaimed, gleefully announced over Twitter by the trolls, by the lefty trolls, that Christopher Luxon went to the Big Gay Out in Auckland, which is part of Pride Month now. Thought a day would be enough, or a week. And the Big Gay Out. And all the pollies go because gay people are a voting demographic. So you go there to get votes, don't you? Come on. It's like you go to the AMP show, Diwali, festivals of light, everything. You know, you go to the opening of a phone booth if there's a vote in it. So that's why they all go. But I wonder if, firstly, we're going to talk to Evan van Dongen later about an article we'll publish today, her impressions of Gay Pride Month or week and what it's all about. And fair enough to say, Yvonne says it's not what it used to be about. It seems to me there is a generational change in homosexuality or sexuality or gender. And I really struggle to find anyone of my age, and I'm 60 this year, who's homophobic. I didn't grow up homophobic, and I really don't have any close friends who did. I've got friends who are gay. Gosh, I had babysitters who were gay when I was a kid. And really, it's not such a big deal anymore, unless, I guess, it is. And maybe you're gay and it's a big deal. But boy, what happened at the Big Gay Out was Chris Luxon turns up there and a bunch of young, God, they were a sight to behold, the young people who heckled him. A bunch of people screaming about Palestine and Gaza and saying he had blood, chanting that he had blood on his hands, make it so uncomfortable for Chris Luxon, the Prime Minister of this country, that he's forced to leave the event. Not satisfied with that, a whole bunch of people then post a picture of Nicola Willis wearing something rainbowy and basically extracting the Michael out of her. I note that well-known lesbian rugby player Alice Soper took to Twitter celebrating the shouting down of our Prime Minister at a day of inclusion and openness. And she said, of the Nats, they will receive a similarly warm welcome in Wellington if they try to come to the party without doing any of the work to support our community. What the hell do you want? And I think the greatest irony of all, of the heckling and the shouting down, it was a bit like Albert Park, really, of the Prime Minister who just turned up to support, to be there, because as Prime Minister, I guess, he says, let's recognise this, inverted commas, community by turning up. Did they make him welcome? Did they win him as a friend? No, they shouted at him, or a small group of them did. They shouted in support of Hamas, an organisation that I'm pretty sure wouldn't let them have a big gay out in the Gaza Strip. In fact, if Alice Soper decided she wanted to set up a gay rugby team or a women's rugby team in Gaza, she'd probably get her head chopped off or be stoned to death. Right? So I think the rank hypocrisy of the morons who ruined the Big Gay Out is just remarkable. In any case, Christopher Luxon has nothing to do with the military operations of the IDF in Gaza. We are not in a position to influence what the Israelis do. There have been official diplomatic protests about the operations in Rafah. There has been a call for a ceasefire, and a call for the release of the hostages, which kicked the whole thing off anyway. So how ridiculous. I suppose they all feel like big men or women or something in between that they managed to screech at the Prime Minister. But it is reflective of the fact that for some, being gay has become part of a political agenda. And the exclusionary, culture-cancelling, deplatforming left seem to think they own being gay in this country. I am really keen, and I presume we have on the platform as many gay listeners as any other, as there is, in the community as a proportion. I would love to hear from you. And I got to say, I talk to older friends who are gay, and they don't get it. They don't get the nastiness, the narcissism, and the exhibitionism of young people associated with this. Half the people who are gay now aren't. It's just trendy. Like waving a Palestinian flag is trendy. So I'd love to hear from you. Do you think the activities, the shout down, the cancel culture displayed at the Big Gay Out is good or bad for the gay community? And are you proud? Are you proud to be gay when stuff like that happens in your name? I can only hope that's a small number of the people at the Big Gay Out, or that the Big Gay Out is organised by a minority of activist gay people. And we're going to talk with Yvonne Van Dongen about this later. But I say there was nothing gay, there was nothing to be proud of yesterday as a bunch of morons shouted down a Prime Minister who was doing the decent thing and doing his job.